What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for stopping by the channel today. I got a little bit of extra for you. It is August 18th, 2021. I am JD from New York, and this is the OTS venue. We got a lot to go over today, including Adam Cole. Baby! We may be seeing the very last of Adam Cole in WWE this Sunday at TakeOver 36 against Kyle O'Reilly, WWE's version of a 3 stages of hell match on Sunday night. Has he already chosen his next destination? Will it be Monday or Friday night on Raw or SmackDown, or will it be AEW? If his Twitch channel is to be considered, he may have already determined where he is going next. Plus, I got news on WWE contemplating whether or not to move the Royal Rumble into February. I got that plus so much more right here on the show today. Make sure you follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. If you guys missed any of the other content on the channel, you guys know where to find it. It's on the homepage right now. I will be live for Dynamite tonight, live from Houston, Texas. Tonight, right before Friday's Rampage, the first dance and the debut of CM Punk. I will be live with Jesse tonight, so make sure you guys set your notifications when you see that. Hit your subscription boxes. And if you guys want to get your t-shirts, man, Bonfire is the place. They just partnered with YouTube, making your life a lot easier. Right under the video that you're watching right now, you should see all of the merchandise now available on Bonfire, the exclusive home of Off the Scripts. Let's get into the news, man. I want to start off with this Adam Cole news right at the top. Adam Cole, if it is to be considered as far as his Twitch channel and the importance of his Twitch channel, Adam Cole might have already made a decision about where he is going to be wrestling next. Adam Cole has a big decision to make between WWE and AEW. He is a free agent up until this current weekend, but we don't know what Adam Cole is going to do as far as his wrestling future is concerned. We all know he has a Twitch channel. We all know that he's a big video game geek, just like everybody else. Watching me and listening to me today, he loves it. I love it. We all love it. So he's not giving it up. And if anything is to be considered here as far as what he stated, a lot of people are taking this to be where Adam Cole is going next. We're still waiting for an answer, a confirmation regarding Cole, if he's going to leave WWE or if he's going to AEW. But what he said on his Twitch is that his Twitch channel is not going anywhere. Now, we all know that there is an edict in WWE. Vince McMahon brought it down late last year, might have been around early this year, where WWE closed down everybody's Twitch, OnlyFans, Patreon, Cameo, what have you. All of these third-party platforms were closed down unless you were affiliated with WWE on Up, Up, Down, Down, or if WWE has their own centralized hub gaming channel on Twitch, you were going to get closed down. NXT did not factor into that edict. If you were a part of the NXT roster, you were not asked to close it down. If you were on the main roster, like AJ Styles and Randy Orton and everybody that had a streaming platform, a Cameo like Big E and Alexa Bliss, where they were charging $500 for poor simps to go and buy an Alexa Bliss Cameo for 90 seconds. That shit was closed down. But if you were a part of the NXT brand and you had a Twitch channel, Dakota Kai had one, Jessamine Duke, and everybody else that's on that roster that gamed, I think Mia Yim had one as well. She got moved to the main roster. You were not asked to close it down. So during a chat on his Twitch channel, Adam Cole addressed his future on the platform. He feels bad about not being able to stream for very long. I guess he had a short session, but just a couple of hours is well worth it for Adam Cole. He also made it 100% clear that his Twitch channel is not going away. Says this, and I quote, "But guys, I love you all so much. I wish so bad that I could just stream for a few more hours. It makes me so happy to even be able to stream for a little bit, and it's why when I say, no matter what, there is a 0 chance that this channel is ever going away. I will never give it up. I love it with all of my heart, and I love you guys. That's how important you are to me, because you guys make me feel very important. So again, there's been a lot going on lately. I just want to make sure everyone knows that this is going nowhere. This is absolutely going nowhere. End quote. Now, I know the thumbnail says otherwise. I know other people have done the same thing in the community, but I have not watched anybody's videos in regards to this particular story and this statement by Adam Cole coming from his most recent Twitch stream. Nobody knows what Adam Cole and Vince McMahon discussed on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago when it was a high priority meeting for Adam Cole to go meet Vince McMahon. We don't know. All we know is, as far as a fan's perspective goes, what is best for him. We don't know what's best for him. All we have is our opinion. Adam Cole and Britt Baker and his family are the only ones that know what is best for Adam Cole. But if you want to salvage your career and you guys want to go out there and perform and wrestle and be the biggest name in all of professional wrestling, I don't think that's going to happen with WWE. If Adam Cole goes to WWE and goes to the main roster, and he goes and gets put on SmackDown or Monday Night Raw, he will be lost in the shuffle just like everybody else that's been called up from NXT and has been lost in the shuffle. There may be weeks where we don't see Adam Cole. There may be shows where Adam Cole is on and he's involved in nothing, yet this guy for 4 years has been at the very top of NXT's card. We know what he is. We know what he could be. We know that Adam Cole doesn't deserve to be held down. This is a future piece of the company. This is one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet. You don't put Adam Cole on a Raw and don't feature him. You don't put Adam Cole on a Raw and keep him in catering. You don't put Adam Cole on a Monday Night Raw and keep him buried in the mid-card feuding with John Morrison and The Miz for 9 to 12 months in a single calendar year without actually moving up. This is a world championship performer. You don't do none of that. Now, we've said this time and time and time again every single week since this news has come out that he's a free agent. I don't want to repeat myself. But again, we don't know what has been discussed with Adam Cole. For all we know, Adam Cole could have went into the negotiation process with Vince McMahon, and that could have been one of his demands. Keep the Twitch channel. Does Vince McMahon want to keep Adam Cole enough to let him bypass this edict brought down by Vince McMahon himself? Will Vince McMahon give Adam Cole preferential treatment? Adam Cole! Preferential treatment, knowing A, where he came from, B, who he's studied under in NXT, Triple H, who we all know Vince McMahon doesn't respect, Shawn Michaels and management down there, which we all know Vince McMahon and his management team doesn't respect at all. Vince McMahon's going to give Adam Cole preferential treatment and have him out of everybody else on that main roster, over an AJ Styles, over a Randy Orton, over anybody that has a Twitch channel that's had some seniority in WWE, that has a long tenure under Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon's going to give Adam Cole preferential treatment in keeping his Twitch channel. I don't think so. I don't think so. Did Adam Cole ask for that? Possibly. Maybe. We don't know. I wish I was a fly on the wall in that meeting. Maybe that was brought up in discussions, and maybe Vince said no. Maybe Vince said yes. But I do know, if I'm speculating here, that it was probably discussed, because that's a big part of who Adam Cole is. That's important to Adam Cole. But we don't know. We don't know if his Twitch channel was a determining factor in what he's doing. All we know is Adam Cole doesn't have to question about going on Twitch. All we know is that there won't be edicts down in Jacksonville about having and performing on a Twitch channel. Everybody does it. Tony Khan doesn't have any handcuffs on anybody. Tony Khan isn't saying you can't go on Twitch and play Super Mario. Tony Khan's not going on Twitch or on record saying you can't go on Twitch and play The Legend of Zelda or anything else that you guys want to go on and play. There's no handcuffs there. All he is going to do is give you the platform to be who you are and give you the platform to make him and the brand more noticeable bring more eyes to AEW, make him more money, and make your money while you're doing what you're doing for me. That's it. If Adam Cole wants Twitch, he should go somewhere where it's not going to be a factor of, oh, you're doing wrong. You got to abide by what we're doing here. This is not the rule. If he goes to Jacksonville, it's not going to be a problem of if he performs on Twitch. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. Plus, he'll be taken very good care of financially, creatively, and he'll have the platform and the stage to perform as we all know him, and that is one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet. I mean, if it's so difficult to negotiate with Adam Cole, and that's what he's bringing to the table, and that is him coming to Vince McMahon saying, Vince, this is important to me. This is one of the very few things that I ask. And Vince McMahon says no. Does Vince McMahon really want to keep Adam Cole? Does Vince McMahon really find value in Adam Cole if he says no and he brings the hammer down even more so on this fucking ridiculous edict about someone going on Twitch and playing video games? If he says, Adam Cole, no, you're not allowed to. These are the terms and agreements and yada, yada, yada. This is what we're paying you. This is our creative vision for you. Nobody knows what was discussed there. But if that is so difficult for Vince McMahon to say yes to, then Vince McMahon doesn't really value Adam Cole. And Adam Cole should really get the fuck out and get out fast. And this weekend is going to be a big, big, big indicator about what Adam Cole does. He's a free agent after SummerSlam. After Sunday's TakeOver Monday, goodbye Adam Cole. He's no longer contractually tied to WWE. So we'll see what happens. But I do think that it was discussed. And the way he came off in this statement, it almost seems as if he did ask and he got denied. So we don't know. Hopefully news comes out about this very, very soon. Speaking of NXT, USA Network is not happy about NXT being taped after TakeOver 36. WWE made the call to tape 3 weeks worth of NXT at once instead of airing live shows. This could be due to the brand's new direction as Vince McMahon fills the black and gold brand with loads of younger, bigger wrestlers. But this isn't what USA paid for. USA Network did not pay for a taped show, and they're not very happy about NXT being taped. Matt Menz, Andrew Zarian is also a part of the Observer family. Andrew Zarian reported that USA executives are not pleased with WWE pre-taping so many episodes of NXT. It is unclear how long they plan to do this, but one source stated that a tape show is not what we paid for, end quote. He went on to say that this is not a confirmation that NXT will return to being a tape show like it was when it was on the network at 1 hour. The company's planning to tape the next 3 weeks of television at once, though, at this current time. He says, and I quote also, by the way, this is not a confirmation that NXT is going to be taped, just what I was told when I asked regarding the rumor, end quote. I can see Vince bringing down this new change as far as the taping schedule. It does cost them money to go live every single week. It will save them X amount of money if they tape everything within a day or two, having weeks of content for the next couple of months or the month of September, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing moving forward. I don't care either way. I really don't. And I have my reasons for it being a positive. I got a couple reasons, actually, for it being a positive. I can understand where USA Network is coming from because they're paying for live, new programming on Tuesday night. They didn't pay for a taped show. Tape shows, and I think they might understand this. I know we understand it as fans. Tape shows come off very low budget. Tape shows come off as if they are taped. You know that they're taped. You see that they're taped. They have that feeling that they're not live. It's not a live atmosphere. This happens with WWE. There's a very big difference between a WWE taped show on a Raw, on a SmackDown, or an NXT versus a live show on WWE television. So I get that, number one. Number two, they're contractually obligated to do live programming. USA's paying for live programming, and WWE's pretty much saying, I don't give a fuck about USA Network. And it also says they don't give a fuck about NXT. They're in cost-cutting mode. Wherever they can cut costs, wherever they could put more money in executives' pockets, that's exactly the decision that they're going to do. Now, I don't care if it's live or taped either way. I mean, it's NXT. Who the fuck cares? We watch NXT in their glory days be taped shows. It doesn't matter. The only thing that we have to worry about is spoilers. Is it going to affect the ratings? Maybe. I don't know. How much of it is going to affect the ratings, I don't know. But if it's good television, it's good television. I'll watch even if I know what is happening via the spoilers. That didn't stop me from watching all those years ago in the heyday, in the prime of NXT, when they were all taped at 1 hour on the WWE Network. I don't care. Some of the greatest things in that company's history came out of that 1 hour taped show. It also is good for the wrestlers and their bodies and their schedules. Tape a couple of days, get 3-4 weeks off. Great. Sit at home, do nothing, rest, recuperate. This also gives WWE, and I don't know if this is going to be the case because I don't know who's there compared to who was there all those years ago. This may give NXT Creative the opportunity to really sit down and really get together ideas in a nice, relaxed, long, drawn-out fashion. You got 3 or 4 weeks before you go back and tape some shows. Now you can sit down and come up with ideas and a vision and long-term storytelling about where you want to take this guy and that girl and this one and this storyline. It gives you the opportunity to come up with some really, really good shit. Fill in all those logic gaps that may be present on a week-to-week basis. I don't think NXT was really ready. I don't think the team was really ready to jump into a live weekly, every week, come up with a new show every single week live format when they jumped to being live every week on the USA Network. You got to remember that this show was taped for its longevity. This show was taped for the longest time. And then you just threw them into the fire because you wanted them to compete with AEW. So that's a positive as well. It may give the writing team a little break, and it may give the writing team more time to come up with shit that actually is entertaining, long, drawn-out storylines that really captivated us from the beginning days of NXT. That was their bread and butter, and it gives them times to fill in all those logic gaps. I don't mind it at all. The other thing is, Florida's being hit with COVID. Is this a COVID precautionary move? And if that's the case, USA Network should be understanding of that. All WWE has to do is come out with a statement. Yeah, we're taping shows. We don't want everybody and the fans and the performers and everybody associated with the brand to be in that live atmosphere. We want to reduce the risk of the Delta variant. We want to reduce the risk of people getting COVID. We want to keep people safe. We're following strict protocol for the COVID-19 pandemic. If WWE's reason is that, then they should absolutely tell USA Network, so that they're not wondering, well, we paid for a live show, but now we're getting a taped show. So something needs to be said there. Is it a COVID-19 precautionary measure? Again, we don't know. There are big positives to this, but it's NXT, folks. At the end of the day, do you even care after what WWE has done to dismantle the brand? I don't think so. So I don't think this is big news, but I do get where USA Network is coming from. All they want is a goddamn answer. Royal Rumble. Normally, it is the January yearly tradition. But is WWE set to move the Royal Rumble to February? According to a report from Fightful Select, St. Louis, Missouri is the frontrunner to host the 2022 Royal Rumble pay-per-view. No date was confirmed, but it stated that this was the line of thinking from WWE as of a month ago. The report also states that the current idea could see the Royal Rumble event held in February for the first time in its history. One of the more interesting notes about the Royal Rumble is that there has been a significant internal discussion about it actually happening in early February for the first time in history, says Fightful and Sean Ross Sapp. It was noted that those in WWE were under the impression that St. Louis hosting next year's Royal Rumble event would be the end game. I don't know what that means, but it was also made clear that no venue was mentioned for the event. I know WWE's been doing the baseball stadium theme for the Royal Rumble, so I don't know if that's going to be in consideration moving on into 2022. But I don't think it's a big deal if you move the Royal Rumble from January to February. Now, WWE's got this New Year's Bash pay-per-view that they're coming up with. I don't know if it has a name or where it's even emanating from, but WWE's got this pay-per-view happening on New Year's Day. And it may be the new line of thinking for WWE to get a pay-per-view out right at the beginning of the year, start the year off on the right foot, exciting, get everything, getting ready for the Royal Rumble, and then do the Royal Rumble in February. I don't know why people were freaking out about this. Normally, as far as a history buff and really paying homage to history, I would be the first to complain about this, but I'm not. I actually think this is a very good idea, moving the Royal Rumble to February. Now, the only reason why I say it's a good idea, and the only reason why I would say it's a good idea, is if WWE does one very important thing, as they do move the Royal Rumble to February. Get rid of the Elimination Chamber. In fact, get rid of all the gimmick pay-per-views. Get rid of Money in the Bank. Get rid of the Elimination Chamber. Get rid of Extreme Rules. Get rid of Hell in a Cell. Get rid of all these gimmick pay-per-views. If this means WWE is getting rid of these gimmick pay-per-views and going back to more of a traditional pay-per-view theme for these pay-per-views and saving these gimmick matches for when a feud calls for it. Save a Hell in a Cell for when a big feud calls for it instead of having it happen in the middle of the year and it stifles creative plans. Sometimes it's the first match in a long string of matches, and that first match is a Hell in a Cell match a la Bayley and Sasha Banks. Now, the match was great, but I don't think a first match in a second feud with Bayley and Sasha Banks is going to be inside Hell in a Cell. I don't like that at all. I think it ruins not only the match, the feud, but it ruins the fucking gimmick. Something like that appeals to the audience as finality. That is the final boss. You don't walk into that being the first match in a string of 3 matches. It just looks ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous. Yeah, the first match is a Hell in a Cell, but the last match happens on SmackDown in a one-on-one capacity with no rules or anything like that. Just a regular one-on-one match, pinfall or submission. How ridiculous does that sound? It's so fucking stupid. WWE's not only ruined Hell in a Cell, they've ruined the Money in the Bank. They don't know what to fucking do creatively with the Money in the Bank anymore. I mean, year over year, it's either cashed in within a 24 to 48 hour fucking period, or WWE has somebody steal it, or it's on the line in a match, or somebody cashes it in, it doesn't constitute as a cash in, and then they get it back, and it's just ruined. WWE hasn't done really much justice for the Money in the Bank briefcase. The Elimination Chamber also is the same thing. What has WWE done with the Elimination Chamber? They've done nothing. Take this Elimination Chamber in 2021 as a big example. What did they do? Edge won the Royal Rumble. Okay, he picks Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. It ended up being Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan versus Edge at WrestleMania in a triple threat match at WrestleMania this year in April, Tampa. But what did WWE do? They waited for Edge to make an announcement after the Elimination Chamber, and they did nothing with the WWE Championship side of the Elimination Chamber. Roman Reigns wrestled Daniel Bryan at February's show at the Elimination Chamber. Great match. But WWE had this feud going on with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, where he, I guess, was going to betray Drew McIntyre with Sheamus. That he didn't consider him a friend anymore, taking opportunities from him left and right, and all this other bullshit. That should have been the match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Meanwhile, WWE, they should have put 6 top-tier guys who are deserving, who are logically supposed to be there, inside the chamber, and those 6 guys from Raw should have battled in the Elimination Chamber to come up with the number 1 contender for Drew McIntyre and the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. They didn't do that. They took the Sheamus and McIntyre feud, put them both in the Elimination Chamber, along with Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles and Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton, and it made everything feel fucking stupid. None of it made sense. Instead of doing the one-on-one match with McIntyre and Sheamus, you put them both in the chamber, and then McIntyre defends his title in the chamber, yet you couldn't come up with any other fucking match for Drew McIntyre but Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. I mean, I don't get how WWE has these great concepts and they just waste it. There's no creativity. There's no effort. I don't get it. McIntyre should have wrestled Sheamus, and the Elimination Chamber should be solely used to come up with the Raw Championship match. Edge chose Roman Reigns. So the Elimination Chamber goes to Monday Night Raw. If a Monday Night Raw superstar won the Royal Rumble, in this case it was Edge, but he chose someone on SmackDown. If a Monday Night Raw championship match was already set for WrestleMania, then the SmackDown match would be inside the Elimination Chamber. This is not difficult to comprehend, folks. And how do we go about choosing people to be in the Elimination Chamber? WWE usually just throws fucking gum at the wall. Oh, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy hasn't done anything to even warrant the championship match in God knows how long. Let's do Kofi Kingston. He's a part of the New Day. He's a former champion. Let's throw him in there as well. WWE touted this as all former champions, yet half of the fucking field didn't even deserve to be there. I don't get it. There's no effort. How about the final 2 guys in the Royal Rumble, 1 winner, and then the final 4? How about some of those guys get automatically put into the chamber? If you are one of the last 4 guys in the Royal Rumble, you go into the Royal Rumble. Or you go into the Elimination Chamber, rather. So if the final 4 is set in the Royal Rumble, and you want to choose somebody to go inside the chamber, those 3 guys get an automatic bye. They lasted the field in the Royal Rumble. Good. Now you got 3 qualifying matches left to go. Who's going to gain entry into the Elimination Chamber? Make it feel important. Give these hardworking men and women something to benefit from. I don't get the lackadaisical effort as far as creative when it comes to these types of gimmicks. So if WWE's moving the Royal Rumble to February, you got to get rid of the Elimination Chamber. Because I don't want a New Year's pay-per-view, a Royal Rumble, and then an Elimination Chamber in the same month. As a content creator, I don't mind. More money for me in my pocket. More live streams for me to do for you guys. That's great. But as far as all of that, I'd give that up for something that makes a little bit more sense. You can't have the Rumble and the Chamber in the same fucking month. Unless WWE is just going to do the basic thing that they usually do. Give the Royal Rumble in February, do the Elimination Chamber in March, and then we go to the WrestleMania show in April. I don't want to see that either. I think that's awful. I don't think there should be a pay-per-view at all in March. It should be whatever they got New Year's Day, Royal Rumble in February, no pay-per-view in March, and then the beginning of April, you go right into WrestleMania. Very simple. Pay-per-views should have meaning, importance, value. Everybody on those shows should be fighting for something. I don't want to watch these shows anymore when you throw these guys into situations and I can pinpoint 90% of the situations. This guy don't deserve it. She don't deserve it. What is this? Why does this happen? Why is this happening? I don't want to see anything like that. Things need to make sense. If the Royal Rumble's moving to February, things need to happen in order for that decision to be the best one possible. So we'll see what happens. And finally, Goldberg, which you guys usually know on this channel, we say, fuck Bill Goldberg. Goldberg confirms he only has 2 matches left on his WWE contract after his match with Bobby Lashley. That's it? Oh man, I'm so brokenhearted. Goldberg is set to take on Bobby Lashley. I know, clowns. I'm just joking. Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam for the WWE title, and many fans are wondering how that match will go down. About 4 minutes, Bill Goldberg will be gassed, and the match will come to its conclusion. Spear, jackhammer, kick out. Dominator, kick out. Spear, jackhammer, kick out. You know, the usual Bill Goldberg formula. During an appearance on The Bump, Goldberg said that he's not rooting for John Cena or Roman Reigns at SummerSlam because neither of them have faced him yet. And I hope that remains the case, Bill. Then he provided a very interesting detail about his current WWE status. He revealed that there are only 2 matches left in his current deal with Vince McMahon and WWE. I was hoping for 0. After SummerSlam, I was hoping for 0. He says, and I quote, I'd love a piece of Roman Reigns, and I think even more so, I would love to get my hands around John Cena's throat. But it's wishful thinking because Bill Goldberg is fascinated about John Cena and his throat. He's dreamt of getting his hands around John Cena's throat. Another fucking nonsensical, it doesn't make sense why you would book those 2 in a match. Pipe dream for good old Bill Goldberg here. Great. John Cena's back for a very limited time, Bill. You would know about limited time. I don't want to see him back in a match against Bill Goldberg. Give me a break. And Roman's time is taken up way too much, well into next year, and doesn't involve you at all. So give me a break. You were supposed to get him at Mania. It didn't happen. He stepped away. Sorry, Bill. There's no next time. Let's see. Let's take care of Bobby Lashley first. Hey, I've only got 2 more matches on my deal here, so we'll see what happens. End quote. If I'm booking John Cena against anybody next year at WrestleMania, it's certainly going to be Edge. That's just me. We're getting the Roman Reigns match now. I don't know who else would constitute as a dream match for John Cena, but Bill Goldberg certainly isn't on that list of people I want to see in the ring with John Cena. And Roman Reigns, forget about it, man. Roman Reigns has The Rock, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, maybe Big E, and who else knows? Maybe Keith Lee if WWE plays their cards right. Maybe a match with Drew McIntyre. There are no shortage of opponents for Roman Reigns if WWE knows what the fuck they're doing long term. But Bill Goldberg is certainly not a part of that upper echelon that I want to see in the ring with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has turned himself into a marquee act, a main event act that's not only given us the true feel of a main event once again, which is a very hard thing to come by in WWE, but he's brought prestige to the Universal Championship. What good is Roman Reigns if he's in a match with fucking Bill Goldberg for 4 minutes? I don't want to see that. Nobody cares to see that. It is passé. It is not what we want to see. We barely even want to see this Bobby Lashley match against Bill Goldberg at SummerSlam. Nobody gives a fuck about this match. The only one that cares is Bill Goldberg. That's it. I don't even think Bobby Lashley cares. Because what good is it going to do Bobby Lashley? He's already a made man. I doubt he's going to generate any more interest for the WWE Championship, or he's going to gain any more power after beating a decrepit Bill Goldberg, who's lost every single WWE Championship match he's come back for. What good does it mean for Bobby Lashley? This guy came back in January, lost to Drew McIntyre. He's back. He just shows up, going into SummerSlam's build, asks for a title shot, and is granted a title shot? I mean, give me a break. This guy lost to the guy that Bobby Lashley beat at WrestleMania. Clean. I don't get it. So why would this do anything for Bobby Lashley? Oh, it's a dream match. Oh, it's a big money match. Oh, it's a marquee match. No, it's not. Bill Goldberg has been a negative factor to WWE television. He hasn't generated any ratings outside the norm, and he's already on a show that was sold out before one match was even announced. So please tell me how this is a big deal for WWE getting Bill Goldberg to be in a WWE title match at SummerSlam. All it does is reek of desperation. Hey, we don't want to push the younger guys because fuck the future. We're going to bring back Bill because that's who everybody knows. Desperation. That's all Bill Goldberg is right now as far as him being on WWE TV. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Thank you for everything on the video today. If you guys enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, turn on the bell for all notifications. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. Go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel, and go get your t-shirts, man, under the video that you're watching right now. Bonfire is the place. Click the shirt you want, and it'll take you right to the official Off the Script store on bonfire.com. Guys, I'll see you live tonight at 10:05 p.m. Jesse and I will be going over AEW Dynamite. It is the precursor to CM Punk's debut, imminent on Friday. The 5th labor of Jericho tonight, where he cannot come out to Judas and he cannot use the Judas effect in a match against MJF. And Sting wrestles alongside Darby Allin for the first time on TNT in over 20 years. Guys, we will see you live tonight on the live stream, Off the Script, Dynamite. It's going to be a major week, man. I'll be here all week covering the best. Tonight, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, big wrestling week to come. Hopefully you make Off the Script your destination. Until tonight, guys, have a great day, and I'll see you tonight for AEW Dynamite on OTS.